I know you travel a lot. So let me ask you, how was traveling 5 years before 9/11, and how was traveling 5 years after 9/11? Do you remember or want to share specific stories that shows how traveling has drastically changed due to the terrorist attacks?
When I was about 16 or 17 years old, I used to go visit my brother a lot in San Diego. So I used to fly prior to 9/11 happening. And back then, you used to be able to just walk right up to the security area, take the coins out of your pocket, and walk on through a metal detector. And there wasn't as much security as there is now. And I remember when I used to get to the airport in San Diego, my brother used to be right there waiting for me as soon as I got off the airplane. And now, after 9/11, I flew 2 days after 9/11 happened. And when I went to the airport that day, I was really scared to fly. And when we arrived to the airport, there was so much security, and there was about a mile long of cars just waiting to drop off at the terminal because they had police officers with dogs and mirrors to look underneath each and every car. They made you open the trunk, and they were searching all the cars for bombs, and it was a bit frightening. And when we got to the security area, and the line was very long because they were making everybody take off their shoes at that point and checking our bags, opening up every bag, and so it was a little intimidating. And then for the 5 years after 9/11, I remember the biggest change I can remember was that they no longer let people come all the way up to the departure gate to drop you off or pick you up. So when you arrived somewhere and you got off the airplane, there was no one there to greet you until you got down to the luggage area, and that was where I remember my family picking me up. As far as how my feelings are about traveling after 9/11, I feel pretty secure and safe when I travel. I do travel quite a bit, and I'm okay with the precautions and how much longer it takes to get through security. It makes me feel safer to know that these precautions are being taken, and hopefully they are deterring terrorists from ever, taking over a plane and doing what they did on 9/11 again. Sometimes it is cumbersome, but I just have learned to deal with it, and it's funny because you just get used to the changes, and then pretty soon it's just normal for you. So I hope this gives you a little bit of insight as to how it's been for me in my life traveling before and after 9/11, especially so soon after all of that happened.
All right. Thank you, Tiffany, so much for sharing your story. This will definitely give listeners an insight of how traveling has drastically changed due to 9/11 events.